Hi, I'm Mridula and I'll be the course instructor for this session. This session mainly focuses on the basics and advanced SAP UI5 frameworks and controls. Let's begin our session with the basic concepts. SAP UI5 is a client UI technology based on JavaScript, CSS and HTML5. It uses JavaScript-based frameworks to design multi-platform business applications. SAP UI5 includes a collection of libraries that can be used to build applications. Depending on the device the application is to run on, that is, mobile, tablets or desktop PC, you can use different UI libraries. It helps in creating web application using HTML5 web development standards. Now moving on to controls. Controls are used to define the appearance and behavior of screen area. Using controls, we can add button, table, images, combo box, etc. in UI5 application. In the upcoming sessions, we will see how these controls are used in our application. Moving on to Model View Controller Concept, or in short, MVC concept. It is an application design model which is comprised of three interconnected parts: model, view, controller. Model. The model is responsible for managing the application data in database or backend. It acts as a bridge between the view and the application data. View. View is responsible to manage information display to the user. That is, it is responsible for defining the user interface to the user. A view can be used using XML with HTML, mixed or standalone. Controller. Controller is responsible for taking the input given by the device and communicate to model or view and to trigger correct action. In short, controller process the input or data. MVC concept is used in SAP UI5 development to keep the application data separate from the user interactions. This allows you to develop the web applications and make changes to the applications independently. Libraries. Library is a collection of pre-compiled routines that a program can use. The routines, sometimes called as modules, are stored in object formats. There are various JavaScript and CSS libraries in combinations for applications development. SAP UI5 can use these libraries in combination and they are called SAP UI5 control libraries. Common SAP UI5 control libraries are sap.ui.commons. It is used to control fields, buttons, etc. sap.m, which is the most common controller library and is used for mobile applications. sap.ui.table, which includes table control. Now moving on to SAP UI5 component. These are independent and reusable parts used in SAP UI5 application. An application can use components from different locations from where the application is running. Thus, components can be developed by different development teams and can be used in different projects. SAP UI5 provides the following two types of components. UI component. It falls under the class sap.ui.core.ui component. UI component extends components and adds rendering functionality to the component. They represent a screen area or element on the user interface, for example, a button or a shell, along with the respective settings and metadata. Next is faceless component. It falls under the class sap.ui.core.component. Faceless components do not have a user interface and are used, for example, for a service that delivers data from a backend system. The sap.ui.core.component class is the base class for UI and faceless components and provides metadata for both types of components. To extend functionality, components can inherit from their base class or from another component. Fragments. Fragment is a technique used to split the code into different files which will dynamically code into a specified area in a UI5 page. Fragment files are created with the extension fragmentname.fragment.xml. Fragments are lightweight UI parts which can be reused but do not have any controller of its own. Fragment should only contain UI elements. Mainly there are three fragment categories: HTML fragment, XML fragment and JS fragment. HTML fragment. You can define a simple HTML fragment as shown. HTML fragments have a similar syntax to HTML file view but without the template tag. HTML fragments cannot specify a controller to be instantiated. They can use a controller for binding event handler method but only if the code instantiating them passes a controller. XML fragment. XML fragments are similar to XML view but have no view tag as root element. A simple XML fragment is shown here. Here inside the fragment definition tag, we have included an SAP UFI control, that is a dialog tag. JS fragment. The structure of JS fragment is similar to the structure of the respective view. They have a name and an object with a create content function. The create content function is responsible for the UI definition and has to return a control. The definition can be created either inline or in a separate file. Now let's start with building a simple program with only HTML. For that, create a new root HTML file called index.html. An HTML document consists basically of two sections, head and body. Head part will be used by the browser to process the document and the body part encapsulates the content of the document. Create a new folder web app which will contain all sources of the app. Now create the index.html inside the web app folder. Here the head part contains the title of the application and the meta tags tells the browser to use UTF-8 as the document character set. The body part describes the layout of the page. In our case, we display Welcome to Actionify by using a div tag. Previews shown below. Bootstrap. Bootstrap is simply the process of loading and initializing SAP UI file. In this example, once bootstrapping is finished, we simply display an alert. Loading and initializing of SAP UI file framework is done in script tag with the following configuration. SRC attribute tells the browser where to find the SAP UI file core library. We use SAP Fury 3 as our default theme. SAP.m library is specified which contains all the required UI controls. We define the compatibility version as Edge in order to make use of the most recent functionality of SAP UI file. As you can see, we now create a new index.js script that will contain the application logic. We do this to avoid having executable code directly in the HTML file. The script will be called by index.html. Now you can see the script tag with the previous mentioned configuration inside the index.html file. Also, we tell SAP UFI core that the resource in the sample project namespace are located in the same folder as index.html. This is, for example, necessary for apps that run in the SAP Fury Launchpad. Here is the preview where an alert is provided once the bootstrapping is finished. Controls. Controls are used to define the appearance and behavior of screen area. All controls of SAP UI5 have a fixed set of properties, aggregation and association for configuration. Here we are going to build a little UI by replacing the Welcome to Actionify text in the HTML body by the SAP UI5 control sap.m.text. sap.m.text is used to add text in the UI. We instantiate the SAP UI5 text control in the callback of the init event. The name of the control is prefixed by the namespace of its control library sap/m/. Options are passed to the constructor in form of JavaScript object. The standard method placeIt is used to place the SAP UI5 controls inside a node of the DOM or any other SAP UI5 control instance. Now you can see the div tag from the body have been replaced. Here using the placeIt method, we place the text control inside the body part of the HTML file having the ID as body. The preview is shown below. Another major aspect in SAP UI5 is XML views. Placing all the UI in index.html will very soon result into a messy setup. So we put all the UI controls into a dedicated view. XML view is one of the predefined view types that are available in SAP UI5. SAP UI5 also support HTML and JavaScript view types. But we choose XML as it produces the most readable code. It also enables us to separate the view declaration from the controller logic. The XML view type is defined in an XML file and the XML file ends with .view.xml. Now we create a new view folder in our web app folder and a new file for our XML view inside it. To modularize the program, let's put sap.m.text control used in the previous step to the new XML view file. sap.m is the default namespace where the majority of UI assets are located. sap.ui.core.mvc namespace with the alias MVC contains SAP UI5 views and all other MVC assets. Text tag is used to add text using XML view. Controllers. Controller is created if the view requires some additional functionality. In this step, we add a button and Hello Actionify message is shown when the button is pressed. The handling buttons press event is implemented in the controller of the view. Create the folder controller inside the web app folder and a new file app.controller.js inside it. It is also necessary to specify the reference to the controller that contains .onShowHello along with the view tag as shown below. The onShowHello event handler function for the button is defined inside the controller, which will alert Hello Actionify message when it is pressed. Here you can see the app.view.xml file. Hello Actionify button along with the message is previewed below. Modules. In SAP UI5, resources are often referred to as modules. Here, as you can see, we add a simple module by replacing the alert with the proper message toast. The required modules are enabled to be loaded asynchronously. Once both modules, that is, controller and message toast, are loaded, the callback function onPress is called. Here you can see the message toast. This way, some of the basic concepts of SAP UI5 frameworks and controls. The remaining topics will be discussed in the upcoming videos. Thank you.